This is Ohio Disability Attorney Michael Einer. In this video, I'm going to talk about something that comes up a lot in my practice. We get a lot of calls from clients who have called our office after having just received an unfavorable decision from a judge. And what we find when we read through the unfavorable decision is that the attorney that they had previously worked with was an attorney from one of the large national disability law firms that handles cases here in Ohio. And I think it's so important that in this video, I caution everybody about reasons not to work with the large national disability law firms, the mills that everybody fears, because it really can be an issue for you while going through the disability process. Several reasons why. First of all, a lot of the large disability law firms, I called them mills before, clients report that when they're working with those firms, they're passed from case manager to case manager to case manager. So during the often 2-year process during their disability case, it's hard to work with the same person from beginning to end. While working with a more local law firm, you will have the same team of people that are working with your case the whole time. The large national law firms, it's like an assembly line. So you might have 8 different people that your case is just passed between, and it's very difficult to know who you're working with, who's helping you. Another common issue is that from these large national firms, the clients don't actually get to meet the attorney until the day of their hearing. Another day of the hearing problem is that a lot of the large national firms hire contract attorneys. So the attorney who shows up at the disability hearing might not actually be a disability lawyer, somebody who's even employed by the law firm. A lot of those large national disability law firms, if they're based in Utah or Minnesota or Florida or other parts of the country, what they do is they will find a general practitioner lawyer or a criminal attorney, just somebody who is willing to show up and for a couple hours of their time for $200 or $300 will show up and handle a hearing, but they're not really familiar with disability law. They're not familiar with the administrative law judges that they're going before, which makes it much more difficult to win a disability case. And the nuances to winning those cases. Another thing that we hear very often about the large national disability firms is that because of their size and the way that the cases get passed along, the cases are often missing medical records. Having a complete set of medical records and especially on the day of your hearing is so important in winning a disability case. That is extremely important that you hire a law firm that is going to have all your medical records ready. When you hire a large national law firm that's in another part of the country, you can't meet with somebody from that law firm in person during the course of the case. That can be a challenge. And then, another thing that we hear a lot of the time is that those large national law firms will actually force their clients to go and retrieve their own medical records instead of going and getting the records for the clients themselves. Maybe to save costs or to make it easier for them. A lot of the good local law firms, they'll go and get the medical records like we will. We'll actually go and get the medical records for our clients. It's so important to our clients to know that we're handling their case for them. So I really would urge you, if you're deciding to hire an attorney for your case, even if you don't choose to call me, really look and find somebody that you can meet with, that you can engage with the lawyer, engage with the law firm and their staff, and that you're comfortable with them, because that is going to be so important to having a successful outcome in your disability.